don't give a fuck how many times we get it, we bump heads.
That's real.
You make me mad, I'm in love with you, don't down with me.
And so people saying Memphis rapper Fast Cash C Money just passed away. But the people that don't recognize him, he had the viral song High Off Me that went viral. If I ain't tripping, I think that's his biggest song, but he sadly just passed.
How I feel right now? 100%. I don't with nobody. And I'm finna make everybody regret playing with me.
So Big Boogie just slipped up and let something heavy out. He hinted that C Money might have been sacrificed. And guess who he pointed straight at? None other than his own label boss, Yo Gotti. Boogie made it clear he's done protecting CMG and Yo Gotti. No more cover-ups, no more silence. He exposed the real reason why C Money got pushed out the circle and even questioned who really stood to gain from his passing. Boogie didn't just pull the curtain back on CMG's shady moves. He lit a fire that's now threatening to burn down the whole empire. Yo Gotti has been building. The message is loud. CMG might be crumbling, and Boogie has no plans of sticking around to see it crash. Now everybody's whispering. Was C Money's passing just another random hit in Memphis? Or was it the ultimate betrayal from inside the CMG camp? That's the kind of question shaking the city right now. And what sparked all of this? Boogie dropped a short, sharp video on his socials, talking about making someone regret ever playing with him. He didn't even show his face, but the tone in his voice said it all. Somebody out there was meant to feel that heat. Fans were left scrambling, trying to decode the hidden message, until he doubled down with another cryptic post on his IG story. I'm focusing on my daughter, myself, and my career. That line right there had people convinced. Boogie is cutting ties, and he's doing it in plain sight. I ain't letting nobody get in my way. It's gonna be 2026. I'm changing day by day as a man. People barely ask me about my mental. I barely even talk to anybody now. I don't care to. Everybody that ever played with me before made me this way. Today I'm focused because I see a bigger picture of my own life. That's what Big Boogie said, raw and straight from the chest. He didn't call out Yo Gotti or C Money by name, but he didn't have to. The message hit hard. Fans instantly caught the shade, and it didn't take long for them to start connecting dots. People already suspect.
What happened, gang? They just said my got killed.
That something wasn't right with C Money's passing. But Boogie saying he's numb and doesn't care anymore felt like confirmation. That's the moment the whole situation cracked wide open. See, Fast Cash C Money was taken out during a shootout in Memphis in the Fraser neighborhood. At first, it looked like just another tragic case of street violence. But once the raw, uncut footage hit the internet, the narrative shifted fast. Suddenly, it didn't look random at all. It looked calculated, like somebody had marked him. That one spark was enough for fans to start digging deep into the case, and what surfaced flipped everything upside down. Word is, C Money had already sensed something was coming weeks before it went down, and he wasn't about to leave his girlfriend and his kids hanging with nothing. That's why he was grinding so hard to lock in that CMG deal with Yo Gotti. And according to sources, he went even further. C Money secured a life insurance policy as a safety net for his girlfriend and kids. That move alone raised eyebrows. But what really shocked people was what happened after. Because after his passing, his girlfriend Kaya stepped right into the spotlight. Kaya set up a GoFundMe to cover C Money's funeral costs and put something aside for the kids. She even added the link to a Facebook post where she left him a heartfelt tribute, writing, "Courtney taught me so much, so happy we got to love on each other. You took my heart with you for real. All I can do is play your music to hear your voice." That message hit hard, leaving fans stunned.
How I feel right now? 100%. I don't fuck with nobody. And I'm finna make everybody regret playing with me. That's all I gotta say.
See, C Money might have been an up-and-coming artist, but nobody believed he was the type to leave his family empty-handed. And if the whispers are true, he had already been setting things up to make sure his loved ones were secure if something ever happened to him. That theory got louder when a leaked document, allegedly part of his CMG contract, surfaced on Reddit just days after his passing. According to the leak, he was supposed to receive a payout after he died. But that money, gone, vanished into thin air. On top of that, everybody expected Yo Gotti to step up and show some respect for C Money's family. After all, the man was tied to CMG, and that alone put him in the crossfire. But what did people get from Gotti? Nothing. No posts, no shout-outs, no visits, no help, pure silence. And that silence felt like confirmation of the darkest suspicion. Maybe Gotti had something to gain from letting C-Money fall. Here's the kicker. C-Money had just signed his CMG contract literally a day before he was taken out. In the footage that later leaked, you can see him celebrating with friends when a car suddenly pulled up and sprayed the spot with bullets. According to police reports, several houses were hit during that chaos, yet somehow, only C-Money lost his life. Coincidence? Or was the shootout just a smokescreen while the real operation targeted him directly? What makes it even scarier is that C-Money was already buzzing before Gotti stepped in. That contract was supposed to launch him to the next level. But instead, it feels like it sealed his fate. At first, C-Money thought he was building a future with Yo Gotti, but it didn't take long for him to realize they were on totally different pages. While C-Money was focused on leveling up his career, meetings, contracts, rollout plans, Gotti only seemed worried about what C-Money could bring to the label. To him, it wasn't about partnership, it was about control. C-Money caught every red flag, but things really hit home once Gotti started pulling shady moves that couldn't be ignored.
With them Texas boys, them folk got hit up. Them folk got hit up everywhere you go to, like the Fed watching it. You know what I'm talking about? He signed that boy right here. That boy ended up going to jail. So they watching that boy so close right now because they you know what I'm talking about? The case is in August. You know what I'm talking about? I talked to Govan. I did an interview with Hernandez Govan, the dude who set the whole supposedly, you know what I'm saying, dog murder up.
Anyone familiar with Memphis street politics knows just how tense the war between Gotti's CMG crew and Young Dolph's PRE squad really was. This beef ran generations deep. No mercy, no forgiveness. After Young Dolph's shocking murder, a lot of eyes turned toward Yo Gotti and his brother Big Jook. Whispers started flying that Big Jook might have even ordered the hit himself. Suddenly, CMG was under a microscope, and that spotlight got hotter when Hernandez Govan was arrested in connection to Dolph's death. The problem? Govan wasn't just some random, he was tight with Big Jook. So when Big Jook himself lost his life in a strikingly similar situation, people called it karma, others said straight up revenge. But what nobody knew was that the storm was only getting started. See, Yo Gotti doesn't run CMG like a regular label, he runs it like a mob boss. Over the years, he's built a rep for total control, demanding loyalty like it's law and keeping a strict hierarchy. You don't cross Gotti unless you're ready to feel his wrath. And while most artists played along, smiling and nodding, behind the scenes that fear was very real. CMG once looked unstoppable. From Glorilla to 42 Doug, Moneybag Yo to Black Youngster, the roster was stacked with stars everybody wanted. But after Young Dolph's murder, the shine faded quick. That mob boss image people once admired in Gotti suddenly became a reminder of everything ugly tied to street wars and gang politics. Slowly, one by one, CMG artists started slipping away, and now the only one still holding the label afloat is Glorilla. But let's be real, one artist can't keep an entire empire alive. And for Yo Gotti, this was nothing like the dynasty he dreamed of when he built CMG. That's when he started making silent, sneaky moves, posting less, laying low, and even rumored to be rewriting contracts behind closed doors. Word on the streets was clear. Gotti wanted to flip the script and clean up the crew's image, and the only way to do that was to cut off anybody who didn't fit the new narrative. Take Black Youngster, for example. Gotti's most loyal soldier, the one who always did the dirty work Gotti wouldn't dare touch himself. That kind of loyalty used to make him untouchable, but now it was a liability. So Gotti started looking for fresh faces, clean enough to sell, but still connected enough to pull numbers. That's where C-Money came in. At first, he ignored all the red flags, thinking he was stepping into a dream deal. But when Gotti's suspicious moves started stacking up, the picture changed fast. C-Money realized he hadn't just signed to a label, he had walked straight into a trap. Because the truth was chilling. Gotti wasn't hunting for another artist to build up. He was hunting for someone he could use as a pawn. Yo Gotti wasn't searching for talent, he was searching for an escape plan, and C-Money became just that. When the news of Fast Cash C-Money's passing broke, the whole CMG camp was shaken, but none more than Big Boogie. From the very first post he made, you could see the pain spilling out. He wrote, C-Money Smith, Jesus, brother. I'm hurt to my heart, my favorite rapper from day one. I'm hurt about you, boy. That wasn't just mourning. Boogie was breaking down in real time. The grief hit so hard that he ended up canceling his own birthday bash, which was supposed to go down in Memphis. In a raw Facebook post, he said, "I'm straight on Memphis. Birthday bash canceled. You guys lame forever," before tagging C-Money with a string of crying emojis. It was short but powerful, no essay needed. For outsiders, it might have looked like just another artist grieving a fallen brother, but people close to the game knew better. This wasn't just sadness, it was survival. Boogie was laying low, dodging more bloodshed by pulling out of Memphis completely. And the fans noticed too. The comment sections lit up with respect for his decision. Messages poured in like, "That was a good idea, bro. You just saved people's lives." And another fan wrote, "He threw a pool party in my city, Atlanta, because he knew if he would have did it in Memphis, it would have went sour. Do your birthday bash in Atlanta, gang." Boogie's move made it clear. He wasn't just grieving, he was strategizing. And that silence spoke louder than any verse. After his recent posts, fans started noticing something eerie, a trail of cryptic messages Big Boogie had been leaving ever since C-Money's passing. In one, he wrote, "Everybody finna regret what they did," and said, "Watch this." In another, he warned, "Going silent is my final warning." At first, people brushed it off. But now, with C-Money gone and Yo Gotti moving suspiciously quiet, those words feel less like random venting and more like chilling warnings. And just when it felt like things couldn't get darker, Stan G stepped into the mix with a bone-chilling statement during a No Jumper interview. He flat out told Black Youngsta and the rest of CMG to watch their backs, because according to him, Yo Gotti has no issue cutting people off, not just from the label, but from life itself. And that warning hit different, especially with the crew still grieving C-Money. Suddenly, all eyes turned toward Big Boogie, and the only one bold enough to keep hinting, dropping clues, and pushing for answers. But here's the scary part. If Gotti really had a hand in what happened to C-Money, then what makes Boogie safe? His silence right now looks less like peace and more like protection. A countdown before the storm. And the most terrifying thought? If Gotti is already scouting for his next fall guy, then Boogie might be stepping straight into the same trap that C-Money never escaped. So now, the real question isn't just whether C-Money was sacrificed, it's whether Boogie just painted a target on his own back. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and drop a comment. See you on the next one.